Morning. I am Jennifer Cook, and as Vice Chair for Faculty Affairs and Education, I am honored to introduce our speaker today, your Residency Program Director, Dr. Jenny Olgis. And I won't say much, but I do want to take the opportunity to thank Dr. Olgis, because one of the ironic things about Awards Day, where we celebrate education, is that we make the Residency Program Director do all the work and prepare the ceremony for us and be our MC. And so I know how much work that takes. And so I want to thank Dr. Olgis for putting this all together for us. And even more than that, I want to say thank you so much for your service as program director this year. We're just a few days shy of your 1-year anniversary as residency program director. And I know that I'm not alone in thinking that this year has been an absolutely seamless transition, and that I personally, and we all have had so much confidence in your leadership as residency program director, and you're doing a fabulous job. So thank you so much on this awards day. And now I will turn it over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for that introduction. So welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining us for the Department of Medicine Awards Day. At the conclusion of each academic year, we gather together to remember and recognize the incredible learners and teachers that are in our department. And we remember that as an academic department of medicine, the primary mission, which separates us from all other clinical settings and industries, is that of education. As program director, as Dr. Cook said, I will be your master of ceremonies this morning. Before we begin, I'd like to point out that, again, this year, we recognize graduates who have not only completed their graduate medical training successfully, but they also have done so in the midst of a pandemic. This year's internal medicine resident graduates started their residency in July of 2020, when much of the world was shut down. And all throughout their residency, it was impacted in big and small ways. And the same holds true for our fellows. And so I want to recognize all of the residents and fellows who collectively demonstrated a tremendous amount of flexibility as well as resilience over these past few years. I also want to take a moment to recognize the significant contributions of all of you, the faculty and staff who have educated our trainees. You are instrumental in the mentorship that you provide in your teaching, your research, your evaluation of residents and fellows. And we really want to acknowledge and appreciate the time and energy that you have spent over this year and over all of the years in providing residents and fellows with the best possible educational experience. The success of our programs truly does rely on you. So now we're going to get started with our award ceremony and start with the Forrest Arnold Award for Grand Rounds Attendance, which is given by the department to the faculty member and resident with the highest Grand Rounds attendance record. So our faculty winner this year is Dr. Sathya Krishnasamy, and our resident winner is Andrew Villaseñor. We will now present the awards that are given by the Internal Medicine Residency Training Program. So first is our In-Training Exam Awards. These awards recognize the residents who achieve the highest score in their class on the Internal Medicine In-Training exam. We also recognize the residents who show the most substantial improvement on the exam from the prior year. So the PGY1 with the highest score this year was Adam Hain. The PGY2 with the highest score this year was Phil Satina. The PGY2 with the most improved score from last year to this year was Evan Winrick. The PGY 3 with the highest score this year was Sai Chava. And the PGY 3 with the most improved ITE score this year from last year to this year was Nicole Giddens. Congratulations to all of you. Okay, our next awards are the Residency Program's Excellence in Teaching Awards. These awards go to the division, the faculty member, and the fellow who are chosen by the internal medicine residents for demonstrating excellence in teaching. First, I am excited and proud to announce that the residents have chosen to honor the Division of General Internal Medicine, Palliative Medicine, and Medical Education for excellence in teaching. Next, we have our faculty member chosen also by the residents for excellence in teaching. Congratulations to Dr. Rodrigo Cavallazzi. And finally, the fellow that was chosen by the residents for excellence in teaching is Dr. Zachary Baird from PULMONARY. So congratulations to all of you. We will now recognize a few of our residents for their outstanding work this year. The first award is for the most professional resident, and this is chosen by the house staff for the resident who most consistently demonstrates professionalism. And I'm pleased to give this award to one of our current PGY2 residents and a future chief resident, Dr. Joey Hebert. The interns are asked to also select the PGY2 resident who they feel best exemplifies excellence in teaching. And this award also goes to Dr. Joey Hebert. And last, the award for Outstanding Senior Resident, which is also chosen by the house staff, is given to the resident who best exemplifies leadership, teaching, and excellent clinical skills. I am delighted to present this award this year to not just one, but 3 of our PGY3 residents. So congratulations to Dr. Mike Hogg, Jaewon Jung, and Anna Weaver. Congratulations, everyone. Well deserved. Next, I would like to personally thank all of our chief residents at UofL. You have been phenomenal chief residents. We couldn't have done what we do without you. And so best wishes and sincere gratitude to Michael Eisworth, who is entering GI fellowship next year at Virginia Commonwealth University. Matt Heckroth, who is also going into GI fellowship at the University of South Florida, and Dr. Casey Scott, who is going to be a hospitalist here in town at UofL Marian Elizabeth Hospital. We wish you the best of luck. Thank you for everything. As MC, I get a little bit of liberty, and so I want to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to my associate program directors, Dr. Clay Smith, Dr. Tyler Sharp, Dr. Caitlin Gordon, and Dr. Jennifer Cook. They are brilliant, kind, fun, talented, and they have made me look good in my first year as program director. A person can only hope to work with a team that is this talented at some point in their professional career. My enormous gratitude to all 4 of you for making this year a success. It is with some reluctance and sadness that I announced Dr. Cook for the final time as part of our program leadership team. She is stepping down from program leadership after nearly 20 years in residency as an APD and then a program director. And she is going to focus her energy on her vice chair for faculty affairs and education role. She leaves tremendous shoes to fill, but we're thrilled that Dr. Justin Kingery is going to join our team. He is a former graduate of our residency program. He left for a while to go to Cornell and is back now and brings a lot of energy and excitement and new ideas to the program. So we're thrilled to have him on board. So welcome, Dr. Kingery. It's now time to recognize our residents who will be leaving us this year. So first, I would like to thank our prelim interns who work tirelessly to give our patients excellent care and learn as much as they can before going on to their advanced programs. To Sam, Alec, Carolina, Adam, Elizabeth, Alex, Madison, Lauren, Danielle, Alex, Kyle, Katie, Patrick, Jordan, Caleb, and Julius, we wish you the very best as you continue on in your respective residency programs. Thank you for all of your hard work this year. And now it's time to recognize our graduating internal medicine residents. I will name each of them, but as you'll see on the slide, you can see where they're going to go next year, what they're going to do in the next step in their career. I am extremely proud of each of them. Can't wait to see what the future holds, and hope that they will keep us posted on all of their successes. So our graduates this year are Anuja Abhyankar, Apurv Agarwal, Jillian Belmonte, Brandon Bush, Natasha Chandler, Sai Chava, Garvit Chabra, Kwan Do, Zainab Faruqi, Dylan Flaherty, Martha Gallegos, Nicole Giddens, Brian Goodman, Muaz Hafar, Mike Hogg, Nolan Interior, Claire Jones, Jaewon Jung, Pranav Pillai, Manasa Sugaram, Andrew Villasenor, Anna Weaver, and David Wilhelm. Congratulations to the class of 2023. I will now turn things over to Dr. Workman, who will recognize the graduates of the Med-Peds residency program.
Yes, good morning. And similarly to Dr. Olges, very proud of these graduates who have worked hard over the past 4 years to do the combined training of internal medicine and pediatrics. Our graduates this year are Justin Chu, who's doing a sports medicine fellowship here at the University of Louisville, Ryan Connard, who's going to be a PEDS chief resident here at University of Louisville, Sarah England, who's going to be an adult hospitalist with Baptist Health here in town, Ryan Muma, who's going to be a combined outpatient med-peds and peds hospitalist with Baptist Floyd in Indiana, and Helen Turner, who's going to be a medicine chief resident here at the University of Louisville.
Excellent, thank you. I will now turn things over to Dr. Smith, who represents the Division of General Internal Medicine.
Good morning, Clay Smith, the Division Chief for General Internal Medicine, Palliative Medicine, Medical Education. I have the honor of presenting awards to the best general internal medicine teaching faculty in both the hospital and ambulatory settings as voted upon by our residents. The recipient of our first award, Best Teacher in the Hospital, is on the path to become a true master clinician. Residents describe them as compassionate, caring, patient, and supportive. They are universally commended by learners on their teaching style, which is appropriately thorough, yet succinct and efficient. I knew this person would be a standout when I was their upper level on the ICU over 10 years ago now. Please join me in congratulating this year's award winner for the best teaching faculty in hospital medicine, Dr. Tyler Sharp. I'm thrilled to be able to recognize not just one, but two of our internists as best teachers in the outpatient setting. For the first time, we've had a tie for this year's award. Our first winner is universally admired and respected by our residents. They model superior communication skills when they come to the room and staff patients. They encourage residents to commit to plans and are patient as they present them. Our residents describe them as attentive, helpful, kind, and awesome. Having worked with them now for 15 years, I wholeheartedly agree. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Best Teaching Faculty Award in Ambulatory Medicine, Dr. Jennifer Cook. Our second winner has been described as knowledgeable and caring, and our residents compliment them on their bedside teaching and effective delivery of feedback. One of them said that they were the role model attending. Another said that they take on challenges with grace that is inspiring to see, and that they are passionate about making the AIM clinic experience better for both patients and residents. Asking this person to assume the role of AIM clinic medical director a few years ago has proved to be one of the best decisions I've made as division chief. The incremental change I have personally observed working there is simply impressive. Please join me in congratulating this year's Outpatient Teaching Award winner, Dr. Erin Murphy.
Excellent. I now introduce Dr. Pate, who will present the Palliative Medicine Fellows.
Hey everyone, it's my honor to present Dr. Paige Matthews. We are just so proud of her and all she's already accomplished and all she's going to go on to accomplish. And she will be going on to be a hospice and palliative medicine attending at Hospice Health, where she'll continue to do it all in palliative and hospice medicine, working with their kids program, the Courageous Kids, also helping on the hospice side, and a lot too on their palliative medicine side, which is continuing to grow. And yeah, we're so proud of you, Paige. Thanks.
Thank you. Next up is Dr. Gafgazi, who will present the Cardiology Fellowship Program.
So we're graduating 4 fellows this year from our program, and we're proud of all of them. First is Gong Cheng, who is joining Norton's Hospital as a non-invasive cardiologist, practicing inpatient and outpatient cardiology. Our next graduate is Kamal Kassem. He's joining an interventional cardiology program in Flint, Michigan, to finish his training as an interventional cardiologist. Our next graduate, who's also one of our 2 fellows, is Chris Reed. As a lot of you know him, and has essentially risen through the ranks here at UofL from residency all the way to the fellowship. He's joining Indiana University for cardiac electrophysiology to do 2 more years of training. Kudos to him with all his stamina to finish all his training there. And finally, our second chief fellow, Raza Shah, is joining private practice cardiology in Johnstown in Pennsylvania.
Very good, thank you. Next is Dr. Ikram, and he will present the Interventional Cardiology Fellows. I don't know, is Dr. Ikram on?
If he's not on, I can present. Let's see if I can see his name. Well, so I, in fact, know these 2 fellows very well. They actually were graduates of our own general cardiology fellowship. So Mitesh Solanki is finishing his interventional cardiology this year, and will be joining a private practice in Knoxville, Tennessee. And Monis Raza is one of our other graduates from our general program, finishing his interventional fellowship and is joining private practice cardiology in Missouri.
Very good, thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Krishnasamy to present to the Endocrinology Fellows.
Morning, everybody. Thank you, Jen. So first of all, wanted to thank all our faculty, our nurse practitioners, dietitians, our diabetes educators and nurses who have contributed tremendously to our fellows education. And also wanted to say that these 2 fellows who are graduating now, it's bittersweet to me because they have taken this standard and of education and academic excellence, hard work, dedication, and team spirit to a higher level. So I'm very proud to present these two graduating fellows. Dr. Danye Kuram will be joining faculty at University of Michigan, Ann Arbor in Michigan, and Dr. Rahul Pansare will be joining Deaconess Health Endocrinology at Henderson, Kentucky. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now ask Dr. Perjuli to present the gastroenterology fellows.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Olges. So I would like to echo the sentiments from Dr. Cook, from you, to thank all our trainees, not just the fellows, but the trainees for their hard work and their commitment, dedication. I think we don't say that enough, but all the sacrifices that they make. And one thing is, you are our legacy. So I'd also like to thank the educators. I know the time and the funding for educators, there's a supply-demand mismatch, but I thank the leadership, Dr. Williams, Dr. Cook, yourself, and in our section, Dr. Kruger, Dr. McLean, for supporting the educational mission. So in the last decade, I've been the program director. I think our program has achieved, some degree of national repute. Our fellows graduate and get great jobs, serve the community, or go into academics. And, these people are so good that the stamp of University of Louisville GI trained, has come to be a sign of quality. So I get, fellowship applicants that, come to us, think, they know we've got a good program. I get calls from providers who want to know about our fellows, and the opening line, if they're looking for a job, and the opening line is, well, we know you graduate great fellows. And it is just due to the hard work of the fellows and all the faculty that we have been able to achieve this. And that has been my reward for, being an educator. And this year we, in years past, we have a fantastic group of fellows. It's been a true pleasure to work with them. And it's a bittersweet moment, and not just for the GI division, but for all graduates. You are our legacy. You carry our name, and wherever you go, work. I am a little part of all my teachers and my instructors, and you carry us. So I recently had an endoscopic procedure, and guess who I chose? I chose an ex-fellow who I taught to hold the scope. So that's, why did I do that? Because he's the absolute best. I didn't need to go anywhere. So anyway, thank you very much for everybody. I'm going to introduce our graduating fellows. Dr. Atasi is going to join private practice in Chicago. Dr. Condon and Dr. Ganguly, I think, have maybe a traumatic bond with me. They took their first long weekend call with me, and it was pretty brutal. So I think they're running away from me. Dr. Condon got into a very esteemed transplant hepatology fellowship down in Miami, and that's where she's going to go. I'm hoping she'll come back and join us, but we'll see. Dr. Ganguly went all the way to Seattle, as far as she could get from me. She's going to be fantastic. Dr. Harrison is going to join the Baptist group. Brian is going to join private practice in Birmingham, Alabama. And Amal, another testament to our program, is he had some visa restrictions, but in spite of that, he got a highly coveted therapeutic fellowship at NYU, and hopefully he'll come and join us as well. So thank you, everybody. Really appreciate all the hard work, and I'll hand over the microphone now. And before I go, we have a tradition of honoring the Teacher of the Year. So I'm going to ask Dr. Shine to announce the Teacher of the Year for GI.
Thank you, Dr. Perjuli. I'm here with all the fellows, and it is a great honor to present this year's Teacher of the Award from the GI division, as voted by the fellows, to one of my foremost mentors, Dr. Nathan Liu. Dr. Liu has been an incredible force in not only my own learning this year, but that of all fellows. His endless supply of endoscopy tips and clinical pearls has been instrumental in the growth of all our fellows. Fellows have described him as enthusiastic, compassionate, fun to work with, and we are beyond lucky to have him as faculty at UofL. Congratulations, Dr. Liu, and thank you for all that you do.
And I would also like to add another line in testament to our program. Dr. Liu went to one of the premier fellowships in therapeutic endoscopy, and he is well trained and everything you could think of. And the fact that he came to join us and provide teaching to our fellows and much needed service to the community here is we're really thankful that he did that, and it's a great service to the community here. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. Next, we're going to move on to infectious disease, and I'm going to ask Dr. Hannon to announce their fellow.
All right, good morning, everyone. This year, the Division of Infectious Diseases has one graduating fellow, a gentleman who was instrumental in helping our division to rebuild during a period of exceptional stress secondary to the COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Zeglin was born in Poland and came to the US as a young adult and worked his way up through the ranks in healthcare, first as a medical assistant, then as a CNA, then as an RN, and finally as a DO. He worked for a year as a hospitalist after graduating from residency, but his love for bugs and drugs was not to be denied. And despite the obvious stresses caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, he decided to hop straight out of the frying pan and into the fire in July of 2021. He has a real passion for education and was instrumental in introducing the Infectious Diseases Fellows Cup to our program. And he has an almost preternatural threshold for pain. He never met a challenge he didn't want to dive right into, and we are all tremendously proud of him. He's going to be joining private practice in Evansville, Indiana, doing both inpatient and outpatient ID. And my only hope is that we may eventually be able to attract him back here to the University of Louisville in the relatively near future to join the faculty. But we wish him all the best, and we are, as I said, tremendously proud of all of his accomplishments during his 2 years of fellowship.
Excellent, thank you. Next up is Dr. Cloker from Hematology Oncology.
Good morning. Good morning, Jerry. So after 25 years of attending graduation meetings, this is my first virtual meeting, and I like it. It's very good. And I want to present our graduates. We have 4 graduates this year, which is unusual. We had an additional one this year, and hopefully in the future we will continue to have 4 graduates. So we were just approved to expand our complement. First, I want to start with the faculty of the year, and you all know Rebecca. This is not the first time that she wins the faculty of the year. She is extremely good teaching the fellows, very enthusiastic, takes care of head and neck cancer patients and GI cancer patients. So she's a real role model and a pleasure to work with. I'll go down the list of our graduates. This is Talha. You all have seen our fellows on rounds. So Talha came from Chicago, did his fellowship here and moved on to MD Anderson, which is, as you know, the biggest cancer center in the world. And they claim to be the best in the world, but they don't know the Brown Cancer Center. So Abigail was our co-chief fellow and also fellow of the year. And I'm very happy to say she's going to be a junior faculty with us, and her specialty will be GI oncology. Vatsala Katia, also chief fellow. I don't know if I can say this, but she scored in hematology and oncology the perfect in-service exam. I've not seen this in 20 years. So not a single question missed. She's extremely bright, ran the marathon, so ambitious, obviously. Unfortunately, leaves us to be with her husband, leaves us to Illinois. We would have loved to keep her here as junior faculty, but she's going to be in a community setting in the Illinois Cancer Care Center. And Jasdeep, Dr. Sidhu will stay closer. He will be across the river at Baptist Health, Floyd, and will do general oncology. Thank you, Jenny, and have a great day.
Excellent, thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Saad to present the Pulmonary Critical Care Fellows.
Good morning, everyone. This year we have 3 graduates, but before I introduce them, I want to thank, of course, our faculty and the rest of the fellows for their hard work during this pandemic, because they took all this ICU coverage and all the stress for the pandemic. So I want to thank all of them. And I also want to congratulate Dr. Cavalazzi and Dr. Jack Bird for their award. It's well deserved. Our 3 graduates, first was Dr. William Linville. Did residency at UofL, served as a chief fellow, did a fantastic job, and he'll be joining respiratory and critical care associate in Jacksonville, Florida. And Dr. Strudy Ramandam also did her residency in Louisville, and she's going to be doing an IP fellowship at TL, one of the prestige places, of course, for IP training. So we're very proud of her. Dr. Lisa Ramos, she did her residency in Florida, University of Florida in Sarasota, and did a fantastic job during her residency, and will be joining the intensivist HSA group in Brandon, Florida. Congratulations to our fellows, and I want to thank them all, and we're very proud of them.
Excellent, thank you. And last, we have sleep medicine, and I believe Dr. Bobby is actually going to be the one. Yeah.
Yes, we are happy to graduate Dr. Surya Bhupathi. He went to Roslyn Medical School, went to White River for internal medicine, did a sleep fellowship with us, and we're very happy to have him. And now he is joining us at the Louisville Robley Rex VA Medical Center as a sleep physician, and we're really happy that he's staying with us.
Excellent. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. And those are all of our awards. So I want to thank everyone for being here today and helping us celebrate all of our graduates. One last congratulations to each and every one of our residents and fellows who are moving on. And we wish you the best of luck. We thank you for all of your hard work and energy, and can't wait to see what you do in the future. So thank you to everyone. It was a very successful year, and we look forward to seeing you back here in September for grand rounds.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you very much, Dr. Olgis. Everybody have a great summer.
Yeah, great job, Dr. Olgis, Dr. Cook. Thank you all guys for putting this together. Y'all do a wonderful job every year with the awards program, and always one of those days you look forward to. So I really appreciate that. And guys, and just as mentioned, we'll be back for grand round starting September 7th. I hope Dr. Williams is working on already hard at work on his presentation for that day. So you've got 3 months.
Absolutely.
This is your 3-month reminder. So
absolutely looking forward to it.
All right, guys, thanks a bunch, and we'll see you soon.